Credible, transparent, and inclusive elections are one of the hallmarks of democracy. That's why the United Nations provides electoral assistance to countries that request it. Although historically, the United Nations has organized, supervised, and observed national elections directly, in today's world, that type of support has become exceedingly rare. The overwhelming majority of electoral assistance provided by the UN these days is aimed at building public confidence in electoral processes and strengthening the capacity of member states to carry out their own credible, inclusive, and peaceful polls. Since its establishment in 1992, the United Nations Electoral Assistance Division has coordinated the provision of United Nations electoral assistance to over 100 countries, large and small, emerging from conflict or stable democracies. EAD is part of the United Nations Department of Political and Peacebuilding Affairs. All requests for assistance are initially reviewed by the Under-Secretary General for Political and Peacebuilding Affairs, who acts as a system-wide focal point for United Nations electoral assistance to member states.
Providing electoral support to member states is an important part of the work of the United Nations. The assistance is often designed to complement our efforts in support of peaceful transitions, democratic development, the rule of law, human rights, and gender equality. While the UN can assist, the responsibility for organizing genuine elections rests with member states. Well-managed elections can help prevent conflict and contribute to sustaining peace.
United Nations electoral assistance is tailored to the needs and context of the country requesting it.
Avant que l'Organisation des Nations Unies n'apporte une assistance électorale quelconque à un État membre, il faut que deux conditions soient remplies au préalable. La première condition, c'est que cette assistance doit reposer entièrement soit sur un mandat du Conseil de sécurité ou de l'Assemblée générale, soit sur une demande officielle émanant de l'État membre.
Secondly, an assessment of the needs as well as the overall environment in which the election is to take place will be conducted under the authority of the focal point by the Electoral Assistance Division in coordination with other relevant UN entities. The result of such needs assessments is a report submitted to the focal point containing recommendations for the precise parameters of the eventual UN assistance to the member state.
Si le point focal approuve les recommandations de l'évaluation, les projets et programmes d'assistance électorale qui s'en suivront et qui seront mis en œuvre par les entités compétentes des Nations Unies devront strictement respecter les paramètres définis approuvés par le point focal.
The decision of the focal point is also transmitted back to the member state.
In accordance with the principles that guide all United Nations work, electoral assistance is carried out in an objective, impartial, neutral, cost-effective, and sustainable manner with due respect to national sovereignty and national ownership. The United Nations encourages inclusive elections that involve the participation of women and other underrepresented groups, such as people with disabilities and youth. When required, during times of electoral crises, EAD can provide support to the Secretary General and UN envoys and to political and peacekeeping missions. Far and away, the most common type of United Nations electoral assistance to its member states comes in the form of technical assistance.
Technical support from the United Nations is structured according to the needs of the member state requesting assistance. This includes support in developing or improving electoral laws, processes, and institutions, and can focus on a single election or cover the longer term. The assistance focuses primarily on the election administration bodies, but can also include assistance to other electoral stakeholders and institutions. Our role is not to judge the legitimacy of elections in our member states. Rather, it's to support our member states to conduct genuine and periodic elections that reflect the will of the people.
EAD maintains and manages the UN's single roster of electoral experts. These experts are qualified to provide specialized technical assistance in a variety of areas and can be called upon to provide this support on behalf of the UN in a timely manner. Different UN entities can be involved in electoral assistance, each working according to what they can bring to the process. Part of EAD's role within the UN is also to develop UN internal electoral policies and to ensure consistency and coherence in UN-provided electoral assistance. In collaboration with these UN entities, EAD develops partnerships with governmental and non-governmental organizations and academic institutions. These partnerships foster sharing of resources and knowledge and reinforce the capacity for member states and regional organizations in the area of elections. All United Nations electoral assistance takes into consideration the unique circumstances on the ground in any given country, with the goal of providing sustainable solutions that member states can carry with them for future elections. Of course, for any democracy to work, it requires the participation of the population.